Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Surbhi Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 19th of March. Coronavirus cases in India jumped to more than 164 deaths recorded in Punjab. Pakistan resorts to unprovoked firing in India's Jammu and Kashmir. And US envoy Khalilzad urges Afghanistan Taliban to begin prisoner releases. And now for all the details. The total number of novel coronavirus cases in India rose to over 160 on Thursday, with Western Maharashtra being the worst affected province. A 70-year-old man who had returned from Germany via Italy to capital Delhi passed away in Punjab province, taking the total number of deaths due to coronavirus in the country to 4.
The total number of novel coronavirus cases in India rose to more than 165 on Thursday after a record number of fresh cases reported from various parts of the country. Western Maharashtra province continued to have the highest number of cases among all provinces, with the tally to 49 including foreign nationals. With cases increasing rapidly on a daily basis in India, air and rail travel has taken a hit in wake of the coronavirus pandemic, with the railways cancelling over 150 trains. Most board examinations and entrance tests in the country have been postponed. India temporarily also banned entry of passengers from 36 countries. Meanwhile, Indian stocks plunged nearly 7% on Thursday, in line with the Asian peers as panic over the coronavirus pandemic cripples businesses globally. Indian rupee hit a fresh record low of 75 against the dollar.
Crisis is there and people have lost confidence. They don't know how it will and when it will end. So that's the reason that we are witnessing fall in the capital markets every day.
The virus, which originated in China, has spread quickly around the globe, killing more than 8,000 people and battering economic activity.
Pakistan once again violated ceasefire and continued firing on Indian positions along the border in Punjab district of India's Jammu and Kashmir on Thursday. Indian troops retaliated and gave a befitting reply. Pakistani troops have been continuously violating ceasefire and targeting civilian areas from the past few days.
Pakistan troops yet again violated the ceasefire by firing unprovoked along the line of control in Punjab district of India's Jammu and Kashmir on Thursday. Pakistan initiated unprovoked ceasefire violation by small arms firing and shelling with mortars along LOC in Degwar sector of Punjab. According to residents, the firing began at around 10:45 am local time. Indian troops retaliated and gave a befitting reply.
और ये इंडियन पोस्टों को टारगेट करते थे। 2 दिन पहले यहाँ पे शाहपुर किरनी यहाँ पर भी फायरिंग हो रही थी, मगर आज दगवार सेक्टर में पाकिस्तान की ओर से बड़ी हैवी फायरिंग चल रही है। बहुत ज्यादा फायरिंग आप सुन भी सकते हैं और लोग अपने अपने घरों में छुपे हुए हैं।
Violating ceasefire and targeting civilian areas have been constant from Pakistan's end in recent months. Tensions between India and Pakistan have escalated since New Delhi revoked the special status of Jammu and Kashmir last year.
Moving on, several doctors in illegally occupied region of Gilgit-Baltistan held meetings with health authorities over low salary issues, but to no avail, forcing 9 specialists to resign from their government service against injustices and discrimination.
Gilgit-Baltistan, a territory under Pakistan's illegal occupation, has been neglected by successive stooge governments working at Islamabad's behest. Recently, 9 medical specialists of the Daimar District Headquarters Hospital in Gilgit-Baltistan's Chila city tendered their resignations over authorities' failure to increase their salaries. Later, addressing a press conference in Gilgit Press Club, Dr. Mustafa Shah and others said the administration was reluctant to resolve their issues.
के बाद आप डॉक्टरों के साथ यूनिफॉर्म पॉलिसी इख्तियार करें, गवर्नमेंट की रिट को कायम करना ये आपकी जिम्मेदारी है, हमारी जिम्मेदारी नहीं है। रही बात जो डॉक्टर्स हैं वहां पे जाकर ड्यूटी कर रहे हैं, यहाँ अगर आप एक यूनिफॉर्म पॉलिसी नहीं देंगे और पिक एंड चूज करेंगे तो डॉक्टरों में फ्रस्ट्रेशन बढ़ जाएगी।
According to the joint resignation by the doctors sent to Gilgit-Baltistan Chief Minister Hafiz-ur-Rahman, the health department discriminated against the medical specialist in payment of salaries. They said they won't hold any talks with the government representatives until a notification was issued accepting their demand.
In news from Afghanistan, United States has asked the government of Afghanistan and the Taliban to begin prisoner releases as soon as possible, adding that the global coronavirus pandemic is adding to the urgency. The US and the Taliban last month signed a deal which included the clause of prisoners release by both the Afghan government and the Taliban.
U.S. Special Envoy Zalmay Khalilzad asked the Afghan government and the Taliban to begin prisoner releases as soon as possible, adding that the global coronavirus pandemic is adding to the urgency. Khalilzad, in a series of tweets on Wednesday, said the United States would like to see prisoner releases begin as soon as possible in line with the U.S.-Taliban agreement. While face-to-face meetings are best, he said coronavirus and the resulting travel restrictions likely requires virtual engagement now. Khalilzad urged both sides to avoid provocative media statements. The U.S. envoy also noted that negotiators from both sides can work together and focus on technical steps for freeing the detainees. The US and the Taliban on February 29 signed a deal which aimed at ending the nearly 19-year Afghan war. The accord called for the release by the Afghan government of up to 5,000 Taliban prisoners, as well as the freeing of 1,000 Afghan government captives ahead of intra-Afghan talks. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani, who was not involved in the deal, initially resisted freeing any prisoners, but later agreed to free 1,500 last week, and the rest after peace talks were finalized and Taliban violence had ceased. But the peace process is now again into crisis as Kabul has again delayed the release of the first Taliban prisoners.
Thousands of Afghan refugees have started returning home from Iran as the number of coronavirus cases in the country rise. According to officials, fear of contracting the virus plus loss of jobs and economic opportunities in Iran sending Afghans home.
Afghan refugees are heading home as the number of coronavirus cases in Iran rise, Afghan officials said on Wednesday. Syed Ibrahim Hijazi, representative of refugee affairs at the Afghan embassy in Iran's Tehran, said fear of contracting the virus plus loss of jobs and economic opportunities in Iran are sending Afghans home. He said the number of Afghan living daily was between 9,000 to 15,000.
آمار بازگشت با توجه به اینکه چند برابر شده، عمده ترین دلیلش بحث هراس از ابتلا به کرونا هست و عمده ترین دلیل دیگه‌ش اینه که این افغان هایی که مشغول به کار بودن با توجه به کسادی کار و بازار اینا به خاطر عدم اشتغال یا بیکاری برگشتن و با توجه به چند برابر شدن عودت دولت جمهوری اسلامی افغانستان از این موضوع نگران هست.
Afghanistan has so far confirmed 22 coronavirus cases, with concerns growing particularly over the danger of infections among the thousands of Afghans crossing the border with Iran, one of the worst affected countries. The country has established 5 quarantine centers in Herat and Nimroz provinces as part of its efforts to slow the spread of COVID-19.
In news from Nepal, people of Nepal are rushing to fuel stations and cooking gas depots to stock on enough, fearing shortage in case of a coronavirus lockdown, creating a situation of panic. Nepal has been faring well in its fight against coronavirus as compared to other countries, with only one positive case of coronavirus reported so far.
Long queues outside petrol pumps and gas stations have become a regular phenomenon in Nepal's capital, Kathmandu. Markets have been witnessing a shortage of fuel as people have started stockpiling the essentials amid fears of a possible coronavirus lockdown. Kathmandu city has started to see a distribution crisis as consumers are panicking and rushing to buy the cooking gas cylinders. People fear that the government might halt imports from India and other countries if there is a rise in positive COVID-19 cases.
अहिले त पाइरहेको छु अलि 8-10 दिन अगाडि चाहिँ अलिकति च्यापाचाप थियो तर यो नेपाल ग्यासको तर्फबाट त हो जस्तो मलाई लाग्दैन मान्छेले हुनु यही अहिले कोरोनाको कारणबाटै होला अलिकति असुरक्षित फिल गरेर स्टोर गरेर राखौं भनेर त्यो अलिकति च्यापाचाप थियो तर अहिले त सजिलै म आए मैले सजिलै पाएँ.
Local authorities and the Nepal Oil Corporation said the regular supply of the essentials will continue without any hurdles.
यो चाहिँ अब के रे कोरोना भाइरसले गर्दाखेरि विदेशतिर अब खान पाएको छैन भनेर सबै आत्या भनेको छ अनि त्यसपछि नाका बन्द होला अनि हामी खान नपाउला भनेर मान्छेहरुलाई चाहिँ डर त्रास छ के अनि अब के नपाइने हो कि अब बन्द गर्दाखेरि खान नपाउने हो कि भनेर सबै आत्तिनु भएको छ त्यही भएर हो.
Nepal has been faring well in its fight against coronavirus as compared to other countries. So far, the Himalayan nation has confirmed only one case of infection in January who has been completely cured of the infection.
Authorities in India's Jammu and Kashmir have started working towards the beautification of summer capital Srinagar and the main tourist attractions in the city under the Smart City project. The project aims to develop Srinagar and get it exposed through various dimensions of economic systems.
Authorities in India's Jammu and Kashmir have started working towards the beautification of Srinagar city and its main attractions, including the iconic Dal Lake and houseboats under the Smart City mission. Color coordinating the famous houseboats, cleaning of Dal Lake, smart and intelligent traffic lighting system for smooth vehicular movement are some of the moves under the Smart City mission. Locals, while expressing joy over the initiative, said this is a great step by the authorities as it will not only help the tourism sector but also their day-to-day life.
तो ये बहुत अच्छा स्टेप है इसमें बहुत अच्छा मतलब ऐसा है कि जैसे यहाँ से कस्टमर आते हैं उनको ये रोड शोड सब जितना भी है अगर ब्यूटीफुल मिलेगा तो ये हम लोगों के लिए अच्छा है.
The Government of India has launched Smart City Mission program with an aim to develop the city of Srinagar and get it exposed through various dimensions of economic systems.
Dal Lake is a जैसा आपने कहा कि एक हेरिटेज है एक यूएसपी है टूरिज्म पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. जितने भी यहाँ पर टूरिस्ट आते हैं वो तो सबसे पहले श्रीनगर में ही तो लैंड करते हैं और श्रीनगर का जहाँ तक सवाल है और चीज़ों के अलावा जो डल की खासियत है ये एक टूरिस्ट के लिए एक बहुत बड़ी अट्रैक्शन है. उसको अपने उसमें जो इसकी जो शान रफ्तार बहाल की जाए इसके ज़रिए स्मार्ट सिटी के ज़रिए ये तो एक अच्छी बात है.
Tourism is one of the main sources of income for locals in Srinagar. The Government of India, with such initiatives, is trying to attract more and more visitors to the valley, boosting the industry for locals.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Coronavirus cases in India jumped to more than 160, fourth death recorded in Punjab. Pakistan resorts to unprovoked firing in India's Jammu and Kashmir. And US Special Envoy Zalmay Khalilzad urges Afghanistan Taliban to begin prisoners' releases. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.